Please dive back into the game. Okay. Congratulations on making it through the hardest part of the game. The hardest part of clearing Delaware Merchandise Average, getting past the initial instance. Once you have loaded inside of the instance, make sure you pop your Pure Essence, your Re-Razor, and your 2 lost actions. It's very important that you have your Pure and your Re-Razor. And my game crashed. Not this again.
Oh no.
I'm just turning off dial mode for now.
Hey, don't drop down, by the way. Don't take those paths.
Sure, don't take those paths. Very dangerous. While you guys are going into the instance, I don't know if I have trapped you guys inside of gay baby jail. I'm sorry.
No,
if
we're
I
good.
have. You go down to the Lost Finds cache and reload your holster with the actions that you will be bringing throughout the instance. Please note that you will not be able to access the Lost Finds cache throughout the rest of the instance once you jump down to either side, but don't jump down yet.
If you're new and want an 80% re-raise, jump.
Okay. Once you guys are done loading up your holster with your actions, feel free to go up to the party, the marker with your party. Let me figure out my holster real quickly.
Hey, William.
Yeah.
Don't forget to farm light curtains. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, come see me after instance. I have 900 moonlights in my inventory.
Yep. When we re-instance or after the run, that is. I just realized I'm running low on light curtains. It's not bad, to be honest.
Just double checking. C is going to golems, right?
Yes, C,
Okay.
A and B will be going over to slimes, and C and E will be going to gold.
Is there anyone in?
I'm tired.
Was there anyone in A and B who could lead semi-low man slimes?
We've got some of the 100% slimes clear right over there. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and also reading.
My A is ingredient C. Oh, Reeves and B, okay. I'm tired. I did not check. Uh, uh,
Oh, what's the current split? Which part is to slimes and which part is to golems?
C and F will be going to golems. A and B will be going to slime.
Okay.
And the solo stack will be going to golems as well. Unless you want to use them or something. Once everyone inside your party is outside of is away from the Lost Finds cache, please ready check your party, and if your party is ready, say and yell chats.
By the way, I see someone in chain spell re-raise. Make sure that you don't have actions like re-raise started during combat. They don't do anything for you, and especially as a caster, you'll do much better to have cure for.
Alright, party F is ready. It seems like all parties are ready. Aside of the one at the Lost Finds cache. Okay. Seems like everyone is ready. We will be going down the paths now. If you are in A and B, you'll be going down to the left path. And if you're in C and C, D, E or F, you'll be going down the right pad. These are one-way trips, so make sure you have absolutely everything that you need. If you are going down on the right pad, please drop down a VC as well.
Yeah, so I guess I can just say this real quick. So Elkin Deer, you're the only caster in Party Bravo. You're using the pure essence of the Elder. It's pretty critical that you're using Lost Cure 4, because that is not only a party-wide heal, that is a party-wide damage bonus. You can maintain a 10% bravery damage up on our party. So that is a required lost action for your roll. Yeah, and in fact, you can have it slotted right now before you jump. You won't be using it on the initial slime side, but as soon as we clear for Trinity Seeker, that is that's your primary party buff action. Okay, great, awesome. feel like we should. I think we can still do room strat. Sorry, I mean, unless I just assume that I'm doing slime slide unless someone else really wants to. Let's see. We'll start with just 1 tank per marker. I think. Do we have 1 healer per marker as well? Otherwise, one of our tanks can probably do that.
I think we have 3. I'm still up at the box.
All right.
Also, I would try to call it, but I don't know how to coordinate the Lemon slimes.
Yeah, it's just as long as you're okay with no healing. That's the main thing. If you're comfortable with kiting it around. But I guess either Spoon or William could do that. Yeah, 1 DPS north, 1 DPS south, and then the rest of us, we should be able to get at least 2 people in each room that are non-tank. Let's see. Actually, yeah, as far as HP goes, I think I'll just let Spoon solo that room, and then, you know, if you need to heal yourself, then just stance off Clemency or something. Yeah, you could have, let's see. Can I have Hopo come over to room 3 up here in the northeast, and 2 over in room 2. That should be all we need. I'll help out in room 4. Great, and then yeah, so the idea here is all right, so yeah, like the goal of Slime Slide, right? So there are viscous clots, green slimes that drop 3 at a time in the center hallway. When multiple slimes are aggroed to the same target, they will eventually cast fusion. And when that completes, the slimes merge together and grow bigger. The goal of the encounter is in each of the 4 rooms to the north of us. We want to create a gigantic green slime and have them all die on the pad at the same time. So tanks and healers in rooms are going to be responsible for building these green slimes. Tanks will be pulling in turn from the center hallway, each pulling 3 slimes. Once everyone's grabbed 3 slimes, tanks are going to go around again, round robin, and grab another 2 slimes each, and let all of those merge together, fuse up on the pad. So 3 plus 2 will result in a slime of maximum size before it'll blow up. Once tanks have a +4 slime on the pad, once they've merged all their slimes, it'll have a number of buffs on it, such as damage up, HP boost, yeah. So once that slime is at HP boost +4, the next slime that is merged will cause the slime to stop in place and long cast a rupture. At the end of that cast, it blows up and dies. And so we want to synchronize this final merge so that all 4 slimes on all 4 green glowing pads fuse up to maximum size and die at the same time. Yeah, so I think right. So William and Spoon, we're probably just gonna. I mean, I can help William if you want, but I guess yeah, both of you can also grab the final slime. There's probably no problem there. In our other rooms, actually, I'll just mark tanks really quick. We do have a couple of healers to help out our other tanks. So once the tank has pulled 3 slimes and then 2 slimes, they have a big slime, so they pretty much just want to keep it stationary on the pad. The healers can ready the final viscous clot green slime for their tank to be ready to pull. So once your tank has pulled all of their requisite slimes, that's Nadariel and Big Boys, will grab ready their healer's final slime. Sorry, ready their tank's final slime, just by tagging something in the hallway and bringing it to the corner of their room. So actually, in DRS learning, there's probably a good image in the guide of where to stand. Hopefully, that's possible to see. That bottom image, most recently posted, has the healer standby location. So Pretty much you're just bringing a slime into line of sight of your tank so that they can provoke it when the call is made. Yeah, no need to bring it onto the tank because that may cause an early merge. Yeah, but so the call to merge will sound something like, all rooms are ready. Tanks, target your final slime and provoke. Merge, merge, merge. At which point our tanks will target their final slime. They're standing on the edge of their green glowing pad opposite their healer or opposite the final slime. And then they provoke it such that the slimes get stacked up on top of each other and will successfully merge. Okay. In the meanwhile, there are red slimes in rooms. These are the primary failure condition. These are what our DPS are going to have to deal with. Basically, they drop at a somewhat rapid pace. They don't have very much HP, but basically we cannot allow the red slimes to merge. So like the green slimes, the red slimes are sanguine clots. If they get close to another slime, they're aggroed for too long, they'll begin to cast fusion, and if that completes, they become unkillable. They start one-shotting people, and that is a quick way to wipe on the slime side. So basically the non-tanks in rooms, your job is going to be to basically just whenever a single clot drops in the room, you hit it with any attack. You bring it away from the tank into the corner of the room. That is like the far outside corner of the room. So for example, in the southeast room, go to the southeast corner, in the northeast room to the northeast corner, and so on. Southwest room to the southwest corner. And murder the slime, hopefully before the next one drops. So yeah, since we're slightly undermanned, we don't have a full 24 players. That just means you are going to need to, start hitting the sanguine clot as soon as possible and just use your regular damage rotation. If a second sanguine clot does spawn, yes, that's right. We want to kill red, don't kill green. And additionally, like tanks in rooms, just try not to AoE, try not to accidentally gain aggro onto the red slimes. But yeah, like DPS are separating the red slimes and killing them as fast as possible. If you start to fall behind, as we might, there are only like 2 DPS in some rooms. If you see a second red slime spawn, then you still need to pick it up, but maybe consider using a lost action to do some increased damage. Should be all right. Just as long as you start damaging early and continue to kill them. And right, okay. On A and B, can you jump if you know what to do? Yeah. So right, just right. Soldiers at north and south, you'll pick them up and make sure they do not run rampant into the rooms. And then yeah, just tanks in rooms. Just try not to do too much self-healing. Anything with a potency attached that may pull aggro from the soldiers in the hallway. Okay. Other than that, I think we're going to give it a shot. Did we have a Preceptor? We had slimes southwest. Wait. Oh, your tank and Preceptor. Okay, actually tank 4 can do it. Tank 4 can do it. That's right. Southwest, mid, north. So William will Preceptor traps. There should be plenty of time. And then just to reiterate, room 1 is going to the southwest room. Room 2 going to the southeast room. Room 3 going to the northeast room. Room 4 going to the northwest room. Tanks are pulling 3 slimes at a time, like tank 1 pull 3, tank 2 pull 3, tank 3 pull 3, tank 4 pull 3. Then you go back around round robin to pulling 2 slimes at a time. Tank 1 pull 2, tank 2 pull 2, tank 3 pull 2, tank 4 pull 2, so on. Right. After we have made the call to merge and all slimes are fusing and rupturing, we have to escape the explosion radius. So we'll be heading to this location. And right, other than that, traps will be percepted. Don't run ahead of the Preceptor. There is a trap in one of the north 2 rooms, so just watch out for that. I think mainly just like, yeah, you can enter the room carefully if you hug the wall. Yeah, I think that's about all that I need to say. Okay, good. Go ahead and run ready checks. Yeah, this is room strat. You'll be staying in your room and killing the red slimes. Okay, that's Bravo ready. If we can get a ready check on party A. A ready. Alright, so southwest, near, mid, north. There's no trap in the southeast room, room 2. So you can freely enter, and then, right. Golem's ready. They're gonna start the countdown, sounds like. He'll enter when the countdown reaches 0. Oh yeah, and all tanks stance on. That's a good time to do that. Okay, there's a trap in the southwest room, careful. Tank 1, grab 3 slimes. Tank 2, get ready.
Poison north, and someone grab that green slime real quick.
Yeah, red slimes are out. Please, DPS, please tag and kill them. In the southeast room, is that picked up? Yeah, make sure you keep up DPS in that. Oh yeah, tank 3, get ready. Yeah. Tank 3, grab those 3 clots. Tank 4, get ready. Alright, tank 4, grab 3. Tank 1, get ready. Red slimes are out. DPS, please tag and kill them. Tank 1, grab 2 slime. Tank 2, get ready. Or I guess, yeah, you can grab that slime. Oh, same clots are out. DPS, please tag and kill them. Tank 2, grab 1 extra. Tank 3, you can grab those 2 remaining clots. Same clots are out. DPS, please tag and kill them. Oh, there's a lot of slimes southeast. Pick those up. Tank 4, you can grab 2. Okay, healers 5 and 7, you can grab 1 slime, take it to the corner of your room. Okay, I will grab a slime for William. Okay, is southeast ready? Pick up those same clots, by the way. Kill them. Alright. It looks like all rooms are ready. Tanks, target your final Vistas clot. And provoke. Merge, merge, merge. We're going to attempt to merge right now. Okay, provoke your final Vistas clot and stack those up on the pad. Wait until they've finished merging. Okay, fusion, 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 fusion. Alright, nice. Pop sprint. We're running out of the rooms. Leave. And we're going to run to the northeast corner of the north bridge. Okay, rescue party members if they're falling behind. Probably have a few. You have like 10 seconds before that northeast one goes off. Nice. That was clean as hell. No, that was good. I mean, I was just too focused on making sure there's enough DPS on the red slimes, but that was good. You were basically solo killing it.
I
Nice.
was talking about the slide at the end. I felt like it was too close to fusing.
Oh, nah.
You-
Somehow I feel like it usually doesn't cause problems. So.
You see the slime just walk into the healer spot in southeast by itself.
Yeah, that's
That was
the
wild.
wanderer. it does
That was
that.
wild.
Alright. Now that we're down here, don't forget there is personal spoils. These are your spoils. These are not my spoils. They're yours. Only you can pick them up. I cannot pick them up for you. Now past that, if you would like to call and explain Trinity Seeker, please type /random. I'm not confident I won't kill the party, so I'm not gonna roll, but
There was no one rolling? Okay.
Alright, caller prog it is. I'll kill the party.
Big voice.
Unless someone else rolls high. I don't have waymarks saved, so what are these?
Okay, let me get you some markers.
I don't have
This is
Okay, that works.
the plugin. Alright, let's let Bebo have it. Come here.
Alright, I haven't practiced this at all, so I don't know what to do for the explains. Do we have a guide thing?
Yeah, hold on.
Guides. I don't have the list of what the guides are.
I'm DMing it to you.
Can you just do guides and
Oh,
DRS
alright.
learning?
Before we begin any explanations, I have to do a couple of explanations about this instance. Within this instance, there is a resurrection restriction. That means you cannot be raised by being raised, essentially. The only way that you can be revived within this instance is via the Lost Arise action and Healer Limit Break 3. And one other additional case that will not have to worry for the moment. These are our only ways to raise people within the instance. And so, please make sure that you try and play for your life. Do as many mechanics as possible as you can. On top of that, you guys have nice fancy buttons called the Lost Actions. These are the main ways to do damage. We essentially do Dawn Trail damage numbers with these actions. Make sure you press them. Himbo has posted the guide for Lost Actions. If you would like tanks, you will be using Font of Power every 2 minutes. Same with Banner of Honored Sacrifice. Healers, you will have Arise in your thing. And slotted in as well. For Arise, you can target people, and that is one of our only ways to reviving. I don't know the math. I've heard 15%, I have heard 10%, I've heard 20% for Arise. I don't know what it is. Someone probably has done the math on what it is. I don't know. But there's like somewhere in the 15% range of raising someone with Lost Arise. That's going to be our main way of reviving people throughout the instance. And DPS, your damage actions. Font of Power, Font of Magic, Chain Spell, Banner of Honored Sacrifice. You're going to be using those every 2 minutes. Because all damage buffs are multiplicative. If you stack Font of Power with Banner of Honored Sacrifice, at the same time, you'll have one huge damage buff. And that increases your damage a lot more than if you were to use Banner of Honored Sacrifice every 90 seconds. We have 2 renders within our instance. Lancer Forge and Sigma Starliner. You guys can choose your rend order. I put Lancer as rend 1 and Sigma as rend 2, but you guys can decide which one you're doing. Lost Rend Armor gives us a 10% damage buff. Past that, I'll let Bebo take it over for us now.
Alright, I'm looking over this collar guide really quick. What do I need to explain here? Yeah, this is Trinity Seeker. It's mostly like normal mode Trinity Seeker, except a lot faster and less telegraphed. For Mercy Fourfolds, I'll probably just try to call it by the markers, so I would appreciate if the boss is facing north for that. I will probably not remember when to tell you when to point the boss north or anything like that. Yeah, this is probably going to end poorly. Also, my game likes to lag a lot when we're on the first burst window, so I might not actually be able to see the Purpled Mercy fast enough. I might need backed up on that. Let's see. There's Phantom Edge cast. Sometimes it's before a Tank Buster. If there is Phantom Edge into the Tank Buster, then Tank needs to take that alone. Other than that, I'm trying to think of anything else that's really different than normal modes.
There's a guy in DRS.
Oh, thanks. That's what I was trying to ask about before. Yeah, this shows again Mercy Fourfolds is the sword cleaves. I'll try to call marker relative. However, if there is like a side pattern, I might call like left left right right, or right right left left, where you just stay on that side for 2 cleaves and then swap to the other side. Mercy Fourfold is easier to dodge if you're close to the boss. If we see it, there can be clouds that cast Fourfold Mercy, and if I call, for example, 4-3-B blank space, you can imagine that the space to the south here, in that case, would be, like if the cloud's to the south, that would be the side for the cleave. Seasons of Mercy is same as normal mode. You look away from the orb, you get away from the flower. You have to dodge lines in between. I forget which mechanic this is called. Iron Splitter, I believe, has a Earthshakers. If we get that and you have Earthshakers, you're absolutely not allowed to greed that. Those are line AoEs that you need to bait away from the group. It gives bonds. There's 2 sets of lines, and if you hit someone with a line and then they get the line, you're basically killing them. So, yeah, don't do that. And then in DRS Learning, there's a nice pocket explainer that Opald has made. I actually love these pocket explainers. They look like, little pocket rule cards that you would get in like a board game. Alright, now that I've yapped for about, I don't know how long at this point, we don't have any like meme stuff happening tonight, right?
No, there shouldn't be any memes happening.
Okay, if you're ready, just come over to B. Our main tank is William, looks like. Every other tank should have their stance off. This is an enraging fight, so you can pop food. It'll help our chances of survival. If anybody has like mimics and stuff to do, I guess make sure you figure that out. I believe KG is sitting out of fights, so everybody else is ready at this point. Oh, and yeah, haste gear. If you have haste gear, go ahead and use it, even if it's just your boss engineering. If you are, looks like everyone's good, so William, when you are ready, you can put 30 on the board. And takes engaging, everybody on the bus. Pretty Secret starts out with a raid wide. Here for us, heal your party. We're getting a clone. Clone's gonna pop up and then jump away. I can't see it on my screen yet, but yeah. First Mercy, we're starting at 4, 3. It's a back front pattern. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. You can stay at the back for 2 swings. Swing out, 1 swing, 2 crossover, 3, and then 4. Look away from the orb. Orb is at 2. Look away from 2, and then head to 1. Look away from 2, head to 1. We're having a phase transition, get in the hitbox. The red swords, get in the hitbox. Yeah, hot wing. Next is a tank buster, I believe. Yep, and then stay everybody away from the tank. This is a individual tank buster that nobody else wants to get hit by. Alright. I do not remember when we need to move the bus to the center of Phantom Edge. Bait and break chains here. Followed by in front of a barrier. Break your chains and then get in front of a barrier. Get knocked, or we're gonna take a knockback to the barriers. And then get back on the bus. Next we're seeing clones. These clones are doing something. Stay in the middle. We're going to Charlie, head over to C, and then we're going to go in front of the barrier. Rotate towards D, stay in front of the barrier. The knockback here. Back on the bus. Stack tight. Line stack AoE on 1. And then trying to remember what happens now. Got clones, this should be Sander Stone. Oh, sorry, bait lines, get out of the lines. If you see bed, just get out of it. We're getting on sand, make sure you're on sand. Bricks are not safe. Looks like we've pushed, get inner cardinal of the bus. Inner card of the bus. Melee up. Melee is safe, or not safe. Well, it is safe, but scary. Alright, we're going back into 4 folds. More clones. Hello, clones. So this is the, yeah, those. Starting at Bravo. Then we're going to 4, 3. It's a back, front pattern. Or sorry, front, back. So it's 3, 4, 1, 2, I believe. Just do front, back. Look away from 4, and then get to 1. Look away from 4, get to 1. Bait and break chains. Break your chains and then come back. Redwood going out. Your forward, seal up your party. Tank Buster, get away from the main tank. Gonna see more clones here. Mercy fourfold is right, right, left, left pattern. This is 2, 3, 4, 1. Be on stone. Boss of the hitbox is stone. Get on stone, and then first 2 cleaves. Cross over, get on sands. Boss's hitbox is stone, be on sands. One more iron splitter. We are on sand still. Sand followed by Seasons of Mercy. We're going to be looking away from the orb and getting away from the flower. Look away from 4 and then head towards 1. Dodge those lines. And then the flower. Another raid wide. Here forward, seal your party. I don't believe we're going to have LB3, so we're just gonna kill the boss. Verdant Path, we're changing into... in the boss's hitbox, in the hitbox. Don't hold. Alright, we have clones. They're, okay. Clone safe spots is left, left, right, right. Be in front of the barrier at B. We're starting to the east here. East for 2, and then crossover. Wait and break chains. Break your chain if you have one, and then kill the boss. And we have a lot of dead, so we're gonna have to resolve that. Do not run ahead. What's up?
We probably could have held, but whatever.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Plus, you already made the call.
Yeah, do not take the yellow pad. There's traps ahead. Do not run ahead. We have to get a lot of people off the ground right now. Nice. Another dead ahead? Alright, well, we'll get to them when we get there.
Absolutely nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, go towards the glowing yellow pad unless your name is Opalt and Jhaid, and or you're the party buffing Opalt. And nobody go past the 2 big doors into the next arena. There's nothing inside that arena. Why would you want to go back? Why would you want to go into an empty arena?
I think everyone's up.
And yes, within this instance, all loot is personal. If I had not made that clear enough at the Brit when we were done with slimes and golds. If you would like to call Dahu, can type /random. Himbo has ruled in 896 in party chat.
Alright, first off, do not... actually, never mind, we already started. So, there are only a couple things to go over for Dahu. First off, are we still a rising people, or are they all up?
Everyone's up.
Alright, the only thing to keep in mind with Dahu is it's limit cut. It's always limit cut. If you get a limit cut marker above your head, take them out towards the, numbered waymarks 1, 2, 3, 4, and other than that, dodge the orange. That's about it. If you're ready, get in front of the purple line. That's good enough. Duelist has already started, so William, go ahead and pull whenever you're ready. Everyone use your lost actions. This may be a trash fight, but if you aren't careful, it will put you in the trash. First up, we have Croc Rocks. Dodge the bad. Continue to dodge the bad. Continue to dodge the bad. Next, Dahu will be dashing north or south. Never mind, he's dashing towards 3. Get away from 3. Then he is going to dash towards 1. Run towards 1. He's going to do a large conal now. Don't get crispy. Take the boss back mid. Next up, lions will appear on the edge of the arena. They will do line cleaves towards or away from the boss. Just dodge them, and then shortly, spit flame markers will be coming out. The limit cuts I told you about. If you get a marker above your head, take them out to a lion. Markers are going out. Take them out to a lion. Any lion, does not matter which. Do not overlap them. Next up will be a left-right shockwave. You will dodge into the first AoE after it goes off. Get ready to dodge into this. Move now. And next we are getting knocked back into these safe spots. Use the secret jutsu if you know how. If someone gets knocked into a lion, be ready to Asuna them. Next up is 5 fire breathes. Get on Dahu's right shoulder. Near 3 is safe for caster uptime. Actually more towards the east. Once again, make sure you're using your lost actions. Also, think about building gauge for the next major boss fight, Queensguard. We are going to be killing these ads. He is a little high for my liking on an Anyprog. William will take all of these ads, wiggle them under the boss, keep William alive. Everyone AoE these ads down while trying to build gauge. And kill the Dahu. I do not want to call the next mechanic. Alright, this is your last chance to get your secret chest if you forgot it. There is a one-way jump pad after this. Congrats to our duelist, and back to Ilya.
Alright. Congratulations on Opal for completing the duel. Once you guys make your way down here, I don't have the win marks because I'm not running download. So if someone can put their left markers up. As we get close to the Queensguard Arena, we will be assigning reflect positions, and after that we will be rolling for who's going to be explaining and calling Queensguard.
Tanks can mimic me, by the way.
If you have light curtains, I don't care if you're a healer or anyone, if you have light curtains, just stand on a marker. If you would like to call and explain Queensguard, please type /random.
Yo, calling and dueling, let's go.
What the fuck? Also only one person per marker.
Like how all of the first 5 rolls are above 800, that's like a 1 in 3,000 chance.
I'll let Opal take it away from here.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Queensguard. This is going to be our second boss. This is going to be the longest explanations. Not because this boss is that much harder than the others. In fact, a lot of it is going to be called for you. However, there are a lot of mechanics that show up during the final boss, so it's very important that you understand what's going on here, so that you'll also be able to understand what's going on there. With that said, I highly recommend looking into DRS sending. There are a lot of images that are going to help you out with understanding the mechanics that are going to happen. And yeah, I'm going to start by going through each phase, starting with our first phase, the warrior and the knight. After we do 80% to these guys, they're going to jump away, and down are going to drop the knight and the warrior. We're going to have one of our tanks, William Drake. We're going to have one of our tanks alongside William Drake pull the knight to the middle, and we'll have the other tank pull the warrior to the wall. So we will need a second tank. If you're willing to be the second tank, please put an ignore 2 over your head. I don't know. First one I see an ignore 2 on is doing it, so... Tempo, Spoon. Okay, we have Raylo. Okay, Raylo's going to be taking one of them. William, you'll take the other. You two can decide who is going to take the bosses in the middle and who's going to take ones on the wall. The first mechanic these two are going to do is going to be the purple and yellow tether. They're going to make themselves virtually immune to either physical or magical damage, signified by a purple tether or a yellow tether, and you will need to apply Steel Stinger Spellforge, the opposite of the tether color, to make sure everyone can deal damage. Certain jobs deal physical damage and certain jobs deal magical damage, so you'll need to make sure that they get those. You can see a diagram of who needs what at the top of the guide. However, a good rule of thumb is if you're new and you don't know who needs what, simply apply Spellforge or Steel Sting, whichever is called for, to everyone in your party. It is imperative that everyone gets these buffs so that we can actually kill them. With that out of the way, the first actual mechanic that everyone needs to resolve is going to be Bomb Slinging. There's going to be a combo mechanic between the warrior and the knight. The warrior is going to spawn bombs. If you've done the warrior normal mode, you will remember this mechanic. He'll drop bombs and potentially tether them. If the bombs are tethered, you'll need to go to a small bomb. If they aren't, you'll need to go to a large bomb. However, in Savage, there's going to be a exclusive new part of this mechanic where the boss can also tether you. Keep in mind, you may or may not be tethered. You are the only person who can see your tether. I cannot resolve that for you. You will have to check your own tether. There's a very easy way to tell though. Simply wiggle around and see if you see a tether moving. Alternatively, you can also look on your debuffs. You'll be given a debuff that looks something like this. If you see this debuff, then that is another way to tell that you are tethered. Based on whether you are tethered or not, I will tell you where to stand by saying something like tethers to small bombs, rest to large. Or I might say something like tethers to large bombs, rest to small. However, in the middle of this mechanic, there's going to be a second mechanic going on that is going to be from the knight. The knight is going to go untargetable and either do a big knockback from the center or a large AoE from the center. If it is a knockback, you will need to get knocked back perpendicular from the knight. You'll need to get knocked back towards the side that it's starting on, however, not directly in line with it, as if you are in line of the dash, you will take a ruin stab. If it is an AoE, very simply just move out to the edge of the wall, or move out to the edge near the wall, and take a bomb there. That is going to be our first real mechanic, that is the Bomb Slinger plus sword and shield. Again, you'll simply need to check if I will tell you if it is a knockback or an AoE. If it's knockback, you will get ready to get knocked to the bomb you need. And if it is an AoE, you will get against the wall on top of the bomb you need. There is a second mechanic that will happen. This one, luckily, is nowhere near as complicated and nowhere near as personally involved. And it is going to be the Wind and Lightning with the Sword or Shield Omen again. First up, the Wind and Lightning is going to come from the Warrior. If you have a tether, you'll go to the Wind puddles, and if not, you'll go to the Purple puddles. Simply check if you have a tether, and then move out to the zone that is the color you need. Keep in mind there is a very large overlap in the cardinal directions, so make sure that you are not getting hit by both, as if you get hit by both, you'll be stunned for a little bit and take the rune stack. In addition, after this happens, there's going to be an in or out cleave from the middle, but there's a special twist, as there is going to be 3/4 of the arena made unsafe. So as soon as you resolve your purple or green puddle, you will need to press sprint and run towards the warrior. Once you go there, I'll tell you a direction, and then in or out. You'll need to move towards that direction, either under the warrior's hitbox or far away from the warrior. Okay, I know that was a lot. That is the most personally intensive phase of this fight. Please try and keep in mind all of that's going to happen, as it's going to show up later, but also keep in mind it will all be called for you. Go ahead real quick before I explain the second and third phases and wiggle around. Make sure that you move a little bit, don't get AFK kicked. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm going to go over the second and third phases. These are much, much faster. Trust me, there's only a couple mechanics that need to be explained. During the second phase, after we kill the knight and the warrior, down will drop the soldier and the gunner. Now, the soldier and the gunner have one major mechanic that you need to know and one mechanic only. And that is going to be reading, aka the show your whole mechanic. This mechanic is much like the mechanic in the first part of Dalriada. If it goes on way too long, it's like the thing that Gabriel uses, it's like the thing that Mustadio uses. So you're going to get an orange ring around you with one open side, and a corresponding debuff that tells you which ring you have, or which side has no hole. You can see what this ring looks like in DRS Learning, as well as all 3 of the debuffs you can get, and one extra. You can't actually get an open towards the center, that would be too easy. For this mechanic, you're going to have this ring, you're going to need to point the open part towards wherever damage is going to come from. There will always be 2 things you need to do. First, there is going to be a raid bite from the center of the arena. Then there's going to be a set of line AoEs coming from the edges of the arena. You'll need to move to wherever I tell you to move, as there's going to be some set of AoEs going on. You'll just need to dodge. And then you are going to need to point the gap in your circle towards the middle of the arena, followed by the turret that is looking at you. When you have this mechanic, it's very important. If you need to stop attacking, please do so. If failed, this mechanic will give you 2 ruin stacks, one for the raid wide, one from the line AoEs, and might just kill you outright on damage. So please, 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 if you need to, stop attacking and resolve your mechanic. That's all for the second phase that you need to worry about. Everything else is mostly just a color check. Finally, the third phase. If you remember in DR Normal, when you kill all 4 of the guards, they will come back with the shields on them as well as the coat of arms. That all is still going to happen. We will need to kill the guards before they enrage, and we will need to make sure not to hit the hexagonal shields and to stop attacking when we see coat of arms casting. However, there are going to be 2 new parts during this phase that you will need to pay very close attention to. The first is going to be a mechanic for the tanks and the DPS. For our tanks and DPS, in the north and the south, there are going to be 2 aura spheres. These are a DPS check. We must kill them every time that they spawn. If left alive, they will kill 2 to 3 random players. I forget which one it is. And there will be no way to tell who it's killing, and we're just going to lose those people. So we will need to make sure to focus them down and make sure they die. However, there's one other part that's very important. When they die, they're going to mark whoever was highest in aggro and give a lethal attack to them. So, whenever we start this final phase, all tanks who are not marked Ignore 1 and Ignore 2, you're going to turn on your tank stances during this final phase, and you will try to fight for aggro over the spears. I will tell Slimes to go north, Golems to go south, and that if you have a invuln up, you will pop your tank stance on. If, when the orb dies, you get a red marker above your head, pop your invuln and turn off your tank stance. And that way you will survive the attack and be able to, and we'll make sure that no one dies there. The second thing that's going to happen, there are going to be a bunch of small orbs that pop up on the ground. That is what these markers in the back were for, assigning positions. These orbs will need to be killed with Reflect. In our case, we are using light curtains because Reflect is kind of a bad action. Healers, if you go ahead and look into DRS learning, if you were on a marker, can I ask that you please go back to the marker you were on? Each of the markers on the arena correspond to one of the markers, each of the markers back here are going to correspond to a marker in the arena. If you're on the 1 marker, you're going to go towards the 1 marker and take the 2 orbs that spawn near it. If you're on the 2, you're going to take the ones near 2, so on and so forth. If you are on A and C, you have a slightly different job. You have 2 orbs as well, but they're going to be on A and B, and C and D respectively. So if you're on A, make sure that you take A and B. If you're on C, make sure you take C and D. I will put out the real markers now, so that you can see what I mean. But yeah. Here you go. As you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, and 4 markers out along the arena. There will be orbs there that you will need to pick up and reflect. With that said, at this time, if you have any questions, please do ask them. It's very important that if you have a question you ask, we want to make sure that we are all set to go. With that said, if you have no questions, come over to the 4-way mark. If you have any questions, ask them now, but if you do not, come over to the 4-way mark. Waiting on Teoth, Mina, Keiji. I think Keiji's just setting out, but Karu, go ahead and come over to 4. Also, for the tank who was by themselves, if you could step out to the side, any healers who have Spellforge, you should give it to that tank.
I already got my Spellforge.
Okay, perfect. Want to make sure that you get that. And yeah, at this time, healers, if you haven't already, sort out who is doing Steel Sing and Spellforge in your parties. If you are alone, you have no other healer. You will cover both. Just wait to slot it in until the countdown starts. Wait to slot it in until we see what is needed. And yeah, I assume Teoth is here. We're probably good. At this time, I'm gonna start a 30-second countdown. Go ahead, start applying Steel Sing Spellforge at this time if you haven't already. All physical jobs and tanks will need Spellforge. All casters will need Steel Sting. Feel free to walk up to the bosses, but do not right-click on them. If you right-click on them, you could auto-attack them, and that will pull them. We're going to get ready to pop all our big cooldowns, all our damage, as soon as these guys are targetable, so please get ready. And we're doing our big burst. Make sure you use potions, make sure you use lost actions, use your party buffs. Big damage on to these guards. Tanks 1 and 2, make sure your stances are on. These guards are going to start disappearing. Okay, there they go. We're pulling the wire to the wall, the knight to the center. Wire to the wall, knight to the center. Get ready with Steel Sting and Spellforge now. We are applying Spellforge to everyone. Please apply Spellforge to everyone in your parties. apply Spell Forge, please. All just apply to everyone. All physical jobs will need it. Next up is going to be our bomb mechanic. We're going to be riding a knockback for this bomb mechanic. So get near the center, get ready to get knocked back, and check for a tether. Tethers will go to large bombs, rest to small bombs. Tethers to large, rest to small. Get knocked back away from the 4 marker. Knocked back away from 4. Tethers to large, rest to small. Tethers to large, rest to small. If you were tethered, you're gonna fall before your bomb. Move where a bomb just fell. And get back in on the bosses. For a Dispeller, this is where you're gonna dispel the warrior. Go ahead and put some boss side admit on the warrior as well. Any feints, addles, reprisals, put it on the warrior. And we're gonna have Blood and Bone, a big raid wide. Get ready to heal up your parties. Next up is going to be our Wind and Lightning. Damage is very even, good job. These guys will need to die at the same time. Okay, here comes our second mechanic. Check for a tether now, check for a tether now. Tethers will go to wind, rest to lightning. Tethers to wind, rest to lightning. Head out now, and press sprint now. Press your sprint now. We're running under the night, run under the night, and we're going to move out towards sea. Move out past sea, out past the sea waymark. Pop your 2 minutes, get on the bosses, another boost, focus on the warrior, put any boss side admit on the warrior. Boss side admit on the warrior, kill the warrior and then the knight. Nice, we're gonna kill the knight. Here come the second set of bosses. We're moving the gunner to the center, the soldier to the wall. Gunner to the center, soldier to the wall. Here comes our first mechanic. It's gonna be the gap mechanic. I don't know what they put in the water, but it's gonna turn these frogs into fire. We're gonna have small jumping fire frogs that we will need to get in between. Get ready to move. It may be easier to move from the center. Get ready to check what gap you have. We're gonna be moving up towards A. Move up towards A. Move towards A. And check your gap. Check your gap. Stop attacking if needed. Point that gap towards the gunner in the center. Gap to the gunner in the center. Now point it to a turret that that's looking at you. Point it to the turret on the wall. Very good. Back in on the bosses. We're gonna have a tank buster followed by a raid wide cure force. Make sure to heal up your party if needed. And as a healer, if you were assigned to reflect and you died, please say something now so that someone can raise you. Little more damage on the soldier, it's about 10% higher. We want to make sure that these guys die at about the same time. Turrets are out. Main tanks, please pick up the turrets. Center is going to pick up on B. William will pick up on B. DPS, focus these turrets. Tanks invul now. Tanks invul now. Focus down the turrets. Gun turret on the B needs to die. These turrets need to die. Pop your 2 minutes. Kill these turrets. Nice. Back on the warriors. Kill the soldier and the gunner. Next up is going to be a small pyretic, kind of like a Dramolek in CLL. We're going to need to keep moving. Casting is not moving. Jump up and down, wiggle back and forth. Do not stop moving. And we're going to kill the soldier. Okay, Slimes north, Golem south. Reflectors, go towards your waymarks. You're going to have 2 orbs to reflect and aura spheres to kill. If you have an invuln, turn on your tank stats and fight for aggro over the aura sphere. Reflectors, pop your reflect now. Tanks, pop your invuln if you got the marker. And kill the wards once your aura sphere is dead. Make sure you reflect both of the orbs you were assigned. Had a couple missed, one towards one towards B, I believe. I don't know. Okay, coat of arms, stop attacking for a second, stop attacking, and now we can kill them. Aura spheres are about to spawn again, spiritual spheres are about to spawn again. We're going to have to deal with these orbs. So reflectors, go reflect again. DPS, focus on the aura spheres. If you have an invuln, stance on. Please reflect. If you have a spare light curtain, pop it now. And then kill the last of the wards. healers, if you have the B3, you shouldn't, but if you do, go ahead and pop it. But of course we don't. Okay, it's not my job anymore. Have fun, Ilya.
I fucking hate my controller. Anyways. Congratulations to everyone, we now have 2 chests. But naturally there would be only 1 chest. So everybody, please in chat, say, thank you for the handio, Pault. Now, well, let's pick up our last Pure Dead. And now we get to move down to the next arena. We get to see my favorite boss to call. We can, once everybody's down there, we will be doing we'll be having people who want to call once again switch their chat or don't, and type /random.
Ain't no way I win with a 560.
The fuck?
At least it's Phantom.
At least it's bent.
What the fuck? I hate this.
Or these rolls.
Alright, I'll let Vivo take it off from here.
Anyone else? No? Okay. We should have... Do we have our Dispel slotted? I forget who was our Dispeller.
The what?
It's Banish.
Oh, Banish. Our Banish. The Banish, okay. Yeah, we got Banish. Alright, this is Phantom. Use your last actions here. We're gonna reslot them anyways after this fight. There's some people gambling on A or D. You can do that if you want. I'm not going to. Ice Spike? No. Do not Ice Spike. I don't know how to call most of this fight. Alright, if you're ready to get in the arena, do not be behind the purple line. If you want to sit out of this fight for some reason, you can go up the stairs, otherwise get in here.
No one is sitting out of this fight, everyone is playing.
Oh, everyone. Okay, everyone get in here. We're all gonna do this together. We're gonna burn the rest of our rises on this one. Let's go. I'm kidding, we're not gonna do that. Alright, it's like Phantom. It does the lane things, it's just faster. That's it. That's my explains. I don't think we'll see Ed phase. We might see Ed phase. If we do... I've technically called it before past Eds, but like I had people backing me up, so I don't know if that counts. Well, yeah. Make sure you're not staying on this little thing here. This is gonna be a death wall. The little dark spots. Otherwise, tank, go ahead and pull Phantom. Use last actions here. We're reslotting them after anyways. First, who knows what happens here. Legend tells us that there's some mechanic here, but we'll never figure it out. Next, we're saying if we're going to A or C, or A or Delta, we're going to Alpha, towards the west. We're gonna be walking with the donut, merch with the donut. Make sure you keep your hands and feet in the circle at all times. Marching towards 1, and make sure you do not run into the death wall at the end. Getting close to the wall here. Stay here for a moment, and then head over to 2 now. We're gonna go back to 1. Another wave of miasma. We're gonna wait for 3 flashes on 2 and then move over to 2, but stay on 1 for now. Think about building gauge. As our flashes, 1, 2, 3. You can walk to 2 now. Make sure you don't stay over there. 3 more flashes, but we're killing. That's it. There's traps ahead, don't run ahead. Unless, yeah. Tanks might blow up the first traps, but we need to proceed with the traps after that. I will
Once
yield to
everyone,
the
once
floor.
you go down the stairs, be careful of traps. We do not want to pop any traps when we go down the stairs.
The traps are clear up here.
Traps load last. Once they are percepted, make sure you can see them. Make sure not to touch the little pink big angel trap.
That would have been a 2% if not for Pop explaining.
I don't think that would have been a 2% because we hug right wall, usually. I think it was hug right wall? I don't know. Alright, here we're going to be taking a 5-minute break. If you need to go to the restroom and stuff, you can go ahead and take it. For those of you who would like to explain and call TA, please roll. I'll decide once everyone's back from the 5-minute break. Come back by 18.
Oh, come on. At this point, you kind of win on queen, just like the fight at least 1 to pawn and run.
All right. Break is over now. Make sure you do a little wiggle check. Everybody, I want everybody to start jumping. Alright, before I go on to explaining Trinity Avowed, tanks. You will need to be slotting in shell and applying shell to your entire party now. You will be replacing your weakest damaging action. This would either be Banner of Honored Sacrifice, if you're using Op HSAC, or Font of Power, if you're using Fop BR. Once you have applied shell to your entire party, you will be replacing that with Aether Shields. Aether Shield is our main way of mitigating damage from these raid wides now. They apply very strong bleeds, and if left unmitigated, and kill your party very quickly. It is very important that you have the callouts will be such as will be the Glory of Bosnia raid wide, which will be saying Glory of Bosnia, please Aether Shield, off mitigation. Aether I can't speak. I'm sorry. Aether Shield, Reprisal, Addle, and Faint. But it's very important that you Aether Shield these raid wides, or else you may lead to your entire party dying. C4s. This is also your time to shine. Pressing C4 fairly often while the bleed is on you to keep your entire party alive. Past that, we'll be talking about the mechanics for Trinity Avowed now. TA is a very fun fight. TA has is a very fun fight that has 3 different forms within it. There is bow, staff, and sword. Most of these phases are not completely different from normal mode, but are different enough. Are different enough to make a big difference. Bow phase now, instead of having 2 arrows and just having a small fire 1 or fire 2, will now have 4 arrows. More importantly, the arrows will not have guidelines. This is very important because there is only one way to tell which arrow is going where. They will be taking down every single turn possible. In staff phase, we'll have the 4 meteors, but this time you'll need to, in the first part, you'll have to force march yourself towards the correct meteor that solves your temperature. For swords, it's not completely different, except that instead of the one boss doing its cleaves 4 times to solve your temperature, there will be 4 clones. You'll have 2 shots to solve your temperature correctly with the clones. And there will be a safe spot called. I don't have the waymarks if someone can place them. I'm sorry. Actually, maybe I do have the waymarks somewhere. Oh. I have the Lolliflow markers. No, these aren't still. Okay. Where are they?
You have every set saved but the regular one?
I have all of the main ones. I have all of the main ones stored, not the regular ones. Okay, thank you. Anyways, there will be 1 safe spot for swords. The safe spot will be in the 1, 2, 3, or 4. I will be trying my best to call them. This will be my first time calling TA, so I hope I don't kill people with them. And then also, there will be vets I hope that are able to jump in the safe tile. moving on past the first phase, we'll have we will be going into elemental brands. Elemental brands, you just have to think about them as adding to your current debuff. So how you would solve this is you would look at your debuffs and see, well, what is my current debuff? What is my current temperature? If I'm cold 1, and then I have the elemental brand of cold 1. That means my current temperature is cold 2, and I would need to resolve it by getting hit by hot 2. For swords, you'll have two attempts to solve your temperature correctly. For staff and bow, you will need to solve your temperature on the spot. You'll have to solve it correctly, essentially, with the brand. Think about it as you need to end opposite of your elemental brand. So if you have a cold 2 elemental brand, you will need to end with hot 2. This could be either being hit by hot 1 or hot 2, depending on what your current temperature is. You just need to figure out what is going to lead you to solve your correct temperature. I'm not sure if I said this already, but for bow phase, it is very important that you will have to trace down the arrow that will solve your temperature. You can solve this by telling which turns the arrows can make. All arrows will make all possible turns, if possible. It will take the first turn that it can take. There's some nice diagrams to help us for that. If there's any questions, please ask them. Alright, I don't think there's any questions. If you have shell and shell has been applied to you, you can go in front of the line as a sign of readiness. Sayaka, do you have excellence ready? You're greeting, okay. Alright. Sign of life from Black. And Raylo. This bat is triangle, yes. Alright. William, 30-second cooldown whenever you're ready.
Wait, did we ever roll?
What? No, we did.
Oh,
I rolled.
shit.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I rolled like 890 or something. Or it was like 854. Anyways, I pray I won't kill you guys. In a sense of innovative raid design, Trinity Avowed will not begin with a auto raid ride. It will begin with auto tank buster.
What the?
Ow!
Everybody get out of the arena. Everybody get out of the arena. We're gonna be refilling.
Get away from me.
You're fine.
Alright.
I think you accidentally right-clicked. Alright.
Do we need to wait for dervish cooldowns again?
No, they already mimicked by this point, so no point.
Okay. Alright, we can put up the countdown again.
Good thing we did. Looks like a couple melee didn't get to mimic.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Alright. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah?
As I have said, this raid starts with innovative raid design. We will have to have our tanks stand up front, in front, and all the way in front of Trinity Avowed. Alright, all tanks, stand up front. Tank stance is off. Tank stance is off, unless your name is William Drake. Alright, Ilya Voyancia, Aether Shield, Reprisal, Faint, Addle. Cure Force, heal up. You must be dealt with, everybody, at the flash of lights. At that flash of light. You may go back in. Bosses, everybody in front. Oh wait, no, behind, sorry. Behind. Sorry, that's my fault. Now everybody can stand in front. We'll be starting off with sword. Cut down. Boss goes untargetable in around 15 seconds. You'll be getting a temperature. Temperatures are out now. TA is going untargetable. First safe spot is 1. First safe spot is 1. If you're intercardinal of 1, you are dead. Second safe spot is 3. If you're intercardinal of 3, you are dead. Good job, everyone. We will have a raid wide after this. Ilya Voyancia, Faint, Addle, Reprisal, Laser Shield. Cure Force, please heal up. Our party. Everybody, get away from the flash of light. You'll be getting a temperature. You'll also be getting a force march. Everybody stack up. Light mitigation. Light mitigation for the meteor. You'll have your force marches resolving in 3 seconds. Position yourself properly. Everybody get back up to the middle. The boss will be repositioning itself. Ilya Voyancia, Aether Shield, Reprisal. Sorry for the late call. The boss will be repositioning in the center. Everybody get behind. Tanks. After this hit, you'll have to go in front. Stand up together. We'll be getting a quick march, and then tanks will be having a tank buster. With this force march, we'll be force marching ourselves towards B or D. We'll find out where we're going now. We're going to B. Force march yourself to B. You'll be getting a temperature. If you see any people bouncing, you can rescue them. You'll be getting a temperature. Your temperatures are out. Your arrows are coming out soon. Please trace down the arrows that you'll need to solve your temperature.
Wait, isn't it?
Alright, Aether Shield, Addle, Reprisal. Thanks, as well.
Wait, is it sword
Here
first?
forward, kill your party. We'll have sword, everybody, in front. Boss will reposition itself, full boss towards 2. Or, now it repositioned itself, alright. You will get a temperature. You will now also get an elemental brand. Your elemental brand is out. The boss will be going untargetable now. Please remember you'll have 2 chances to solve your temperature. Safe spot is 4. Safe spot is 4. Safe spot is 2. I think we're going to be holding for, oh, I saw the thing correctly. We're going to be holding for LB. So bring the boss out around 3%. Everybody get out the flash of light. If you don't know what flash of light, that flash of light. Go back in. You're receiving a temperature. Hold LB. Do not use your LB. Do not arise. Stop arising now. You're getting an elemental brand. You'll have... Clones will be spawning on the outside of the arena. Everybody inside the middle, put light mitigation. You'll be walking towards your meteors on the green outer tiles. Healer LB3 now. Healer LB3 now. If your healer is dead, please mark them so other healers can arise. Please hold. Please hold.
I need heals.
Everybody behind the boss. Behind the boss. We're gonna kill. We're gonna kill. Just kill. Don't wanna deal with this. We're standing on pop sprint. Pop sprint. Stand on. Go to B. Go to B. Sorry. I'm sorry for the mid calls. Healers. Please focus on arising other healers.
Do not go ahead to Queen.
Do not go ahead and pop Queen.
Thanks for picking up
Yeah, no problem. I saw you at like 5%. I was like, oh.
Yeah, healer and Q4 are all dead. Yeah. Who pinged me like a million times?
Alright, once we have gotten the dead off the ground. We're gonna wait for these last 2 to be raised. Once we've gotten this last one up. Alright, healers, I would like to do an arise check. Say the amount of arises that you have. The amount of place of arise you have in shout chat. 5, 6, 5, 2 sacks. Okay, we have plenty. Alright, if you are new to Delibrum Regine Savage, or if you would like to come back, please come back. We saved those little mini traps for a special reason. Those pink little bacon angel traps are actually very necessary to complete this instance. Without them, we would not be able to progress. So if we all come up to this little trap, if you click on your character, and you take a look, you look at it, if your little tip is inside the trap, that's close enough into the trap. In the countdown, we will be popping the trap. Alright. And now it's a race. We have all of our veterans are cheering us on in this race. We have we get to walk through the little hall of fun. Once we get past the glowing pad, you'll see that there's a gate. With our little mini debuff, we will be able to open up this gate. However, be careful. I say be careful, but more importantly, tanks. You have my permission to roam forever wild and free.
I love
Our tanks will be face protecting for us today
We're gonna blow
on
up.
our way to Minotaur.
Wait for P2.
What they said.
Explosion bridge.
Version on bridge. Fuck, I don't have impetus.
I don't either.
Alright, all traps are percepted. If you would like to call and explain Minotaur, type /random. Once everyone's here, at least.
Did that count? Oh wow, Opalt!
Whoa.
Oh, Paul, what the...
I suck.
Is this the rerun of the Ilya Voyancia Anyprog? What? Alright, I'll let Opalt take over for us.
Wow, I'm so glad I got the 2 worst ones to explain. Let's go.
Let's go.
So, welcome to Minnow. This is going to be the only scary trash fight in this instance. Before we get started, we are going to need to do some assignments, some explanations, unlike every other trash boss so far. With that said, can I please get one tag on each 1, 2, 3, and 4? Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and mark you guys 1, 2, 3, and 4. You guys are going to be kiting the Minotaurs and blowing up the traps. Very easy, very simple. If you have never kited or blown up traps before, say for now, I'll actually explain it, but the only one I'm like not sure about is Vela, so... yeah. Past the tank assignments, if you are a healer, if you need to deflect, if you are willing to use your light curtains to deflect, please stand on B. If you're willing to use your dispels to dispel, stand on D. And if you're willing to do both, please stand in the middle. And yeah. Okay, that is our assignments done. If you are 1, 2, 3, 4, remember, if you are in B, D, or both, please keep in mind what you volunteered for. I'm gonna go over explanations. Let's see, where is my minnow? There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go over all the mechanics you need to know, and I'm also going to put the guide in DRS Learning. Okay, if you look into DRS Learning, you will see that there are a couple images that are going to help me explain. So, first and foremost, the boss that you see in front of you right here is not the actual enemy of this encounter. He's just kind of here. He's a striking dummy. He does some conals. He does some point blanks. Very easy stuff to dodge. However, what's scary about this encounter is that once he hits 70% HP, he's going to go untargetable and summon 4 ads and start the ads phase. During the ads phase, if you look down at the ground, you see all of this dark blue tiling with like the cross hatching. This is all going to turn into a purple death wall. That's going to leave 2 rings. As you can see in this image, there are going to be 2 rings that form, one on the inside marked with A, B, and C, and D, and one on the outside marked with 1, 2, 3, and 4. Healers, you will need to go towards the inside of this ring to start the ads phase. So if you're a healer, you're going to go to the inner ring, and that's where you're going to be dealing with the balls of fire and the balls of earth. Periodically, balls of fire and balls of earth will spawn together. You will need to either use light curtains and stand under the balls of fire, or use this spell and then attack the balls of earth. Balls of earth have a stone skin that must be dispelled, and balls of fire will do a pulsing AoE around them that must be reflected. That is your job, healers. That's your special thing. You don't have to worry about killing the Minotaurs. You have a couple other mechanics you'll need to worry about, but those are universal. Okay, that's the healer's job. Tanks. You have been assigned 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is going to correspond to the waymark that you go towards at the start of ads phase. You guys know what you're doing, hopefully, I'm sure. Make sure that you turn on your stance, cut your minnow at the start of ads phase. For everyone else, if you are not assigned a special role, you are going to be part of one of the 2 hunt trains that are going to be taking place. If you are on slimes, you're going to start towards the north on 1. If you are on golems, you're going to start towards the south on 3. Your job is going to be to kill the minotaurs as they are brought to you. You're just going to stand on the marker, resolve any mechanics that happen on that marker, or near that marker, and kill the minotaurs as they come. If one walks away from you, don't worry. It'll get brought towards the other side just fine. Just worry about killing the minotaurs that get brought to you. Hopefully though, doing it this way, we will kill them very quickly. The other reason that we're going to hopefully kill them very quickly is that we're going to save all of our big burst damage, so your Fonts of Power, your Banners of Honored Sacrifice, your Chain Spells, all of that, plus whatever burst your job has, whether that's like Searing Light, your Makios, whatever. You are going to save all of that. We want to save it until the start of the ads phase to burn down the ads. That is because as soon as the ads die, we are free from all the mechanics that happen, and the sooner they die, the less we can die. So please, please, please make sure. Save all of your bursts. If it has longer than a 30-second cooldown, don't even press it at the start. Just do your basic 1, 2, 3 combo, and then as soon as the ads spawn, go to your 1 or 2 or 3, and burn down the Minotaurs. Very, very important that you do that. If you spend the buffs, then we're going to enter ads phase faster, and we're going to have less damage for the ads. So again, please, 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 please just build whatever gauge you need while we are getting the boss down to 70%. I cannot stress enough, please do that. Okay, with the basics out of the way, I'm going to go over the 2 major mechanics that you need to know. Well, I guess technically like 2.5. The first quote-unquote mechanic is going to be entrapment. This is a very easy mechanic because all you have to do is stand on the 1 or 3 waymarks. There are going to be traps that spawn on the outer ring on the intercardinals between each of the number waymarks. So as long as you just stand on 3, stand on 1, you are safe. Additionally, the tanks are going to pop their invulns and run around between the cardinals to blow up the traps. So once those traps are blown up, that is the major reason why you're sending the cardinals gone. You can feel free to rotate, but you actually don't have to because everything could just be resolved at the 1 and 3 waymark. The next mechanic you'll have to resolve is going to be Fateful Words. If you pay attention to nothing, please listen to this part. This is the most important part. This mechanic kills someone every single time, whether it's a vet who wasn't paying attention, whether it's someone new, whatever. It will kill someone. And I want to try and make sure that you are not that someone. So, Fateful words. You are going to get one of 2 debuffs. If you look at this image that I just reposted, you can see the 2 debuffs, what they look like. You can also see their names, Sacrifice and Wanderer, and you can see what they do, pull or push. So, one more time, take a look at the ground. You'll notice that there are these kind of notches in the wheel, right? There's these sections that are like a little bit like notches, like kind of cogs on like or like they're the notches on like a cog. This is how we're going to use these to resolve this mechanic. What you're going to do, whenever I say that words are out, stop whatever you're doing and check your debuffs. You're going to get either the Sacrifice debuff or the Wanderer debuff. If you have the Sacrifice debuff, it'll look like he's sucking in spaghetti noodles, so he's going to suck you in too. You'll need to stand on one of the outer notches so that you don't get pulled into a death wall. If you are in any part of the ring that is not a notch, or if you are in the inner notches and you have the pull debuff, you're getting pulled straight into a death wall. Alternatively, if you have the push one, it looks like he's going to shove you down a flight of stairs, and that's exactly what he's going to do. You will need to be pushed from the inner ring notches to the outer notches. If you are not in one of these inner notches and you get pushed, you will get pushed straight into a death wall and insta-die. Again, this is not a ruin mechanic, this is an insta-death mechanic, so please, 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 whatever you do, stop what you're doing and do your word, do your word, do your word. Finally, there is one more mechanic that's really pretty easy, but it also gets someone every single time, and that is Devastating Bolt. For Devastating Bolt, all you need to do is stand in any notch whatsoever. All of this main walkway is going to become unsafe, you just need to stand in a notch, and then after that AoE goes off, there will be orange at your feet you will need to move out of. Please don't forget the orange, please, please, please don't forget the orange. As soon as you see it go off, get ready to move out of the orange at your feet, just like Dahu. Also, I saw the question in party chat. No, you cannot use knockback immune for the push or pull. It is not a knockback or draw in effect. It just moves you. Plus, we're going to use that knockback immune for something else. So with that said, that's basically everything you need to worry about. After the ads phase, the boss is just going to do more conals, more point blanks, couple baited AoBs. Very easy stuff. As long as you're paying attention, it won't be too bad. Hopefully we won't be in recovery mode then, so you can just build gauge on the boss then. And yeah, if you have any questions, again, please ask. This is going to be the last long explanations, because Queen is not that difficult. Like, there's not many mechanics to explain. It's just kind of listen to color. So yeah, if you have questions, ask now. Otherwise, come stand on the 3-way mark with me. When you see movement from Chaos, Black Dread, Sigma, Eureka Gremlin. Once you guys are ready, stand on 3, and again, if you have questions, say something now. Also, as a reminder, if you've done Mint a couple times, we are doing split ads. Again, we're going to have Slimes go to the north, Golems go to the south. Slimes will go towards the 1, everyone else, Slimes will go towards the 1, Golems will go to the 3, with healers still on the inner ring. And we're going to try and blow up the ads as fast as possible. Okay, I'm going to hope Black Dread, hope Eureka Gremlin are ready. We're going to start a nice long 16-second cooldown. Do not use any buffs here. Don't use any long cooldowns. If it has a cooldown longer than 30 seconds, don't press it. We want to build our job gauges. Make sure we have as much damage as possible going into the ad phase. Again, 1, 2, 3 basic combo. Don't pop your buffs, don't pop your banners, don't pop your fonts. Get in close to the boss. There's going to be a tank buster followed by a knockback. After you see the buster go off, you can press your knockback immunity now. Press that knockback immunity and get in close to the boss. Next up are going to be 3 conals. Simply walk out of them. Melee, you can move towards the north to bait them away from the range. Next up is going to be a big point blank AoE. Range can start getting away. Everyone get away from the boss. If you can gap close, you are too close. Get all the way out, 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 and away. And back in on the boss. Next up is going to be some baited rocket bolts if we see them. If you have a marker, take it to an intercardinal. If you have a marker, take it to an intercardinal. At this time, slimes go north, golems go south. Slimes north, golems south. All healers get to the inner ring. We're gonna pop our damage buffs as soon as the minnows are pulled to you. Pop your big damage buff, potions, anything you have. Kill these minotaurs dead. Go and get on the 1 and 3 way markers, don't move off of them. Get on the 1 and 3, we're gonna have entrapment. If you are not on 1 and 3, you're gonna explode if you're not a healer. Tanks are gonna start blowing those up. Next up, you are going to get your word debuffs. Check your words, resolve your words, do your words. Get knockback or pulled, do your words, do your words. Very good job, I don't think I saw anyone die south. Next up is going to be Devastating Bolt. Get into a notch, any notch. Get into any notch, doesn't matter which one. And get ready to dodge orange. Move out of the orange now. Keep pulling the minnow. Minnow's coming. Minnow is dead. Get back on the boss. There are no balls of fire. At this point, if you are a healer, please focus on arising any dead bodies. Non-threatening raid wide. If you are not a healer, please focus on building your job's gauge. You want to have as much damage for the queen as possible. From this point on, it's a very easy mechanic, so just focus on having all of your damage available. Next up is Rapid Bolts. Please take these out and away, take them out and away, and get out of the puddle that they're gonna leave. Next up, range, you can go ahead and get out and away. Everyone get out and away from the boss. Big AoB. If you can gap close, you are too close. Back on the boss, there's going to be 2 more sets of those baited AoBs. If you have one, please take it out and away. And get out of the puddle that it leaves. No PvP here. I think we're low on horizons. Take these out and away, and then get out of the puddles. Next up, there's going to be a proximity. Get about half the arena away from it. Get about half the arena away. And as soon as you see the damage, gap close in. Get in towards the boss to dodge big conals. Big conals. We're gonna see one more tank buster, maybe, probably, maybe not. Keep building your drop gauge, have whatever damage you need for the next boss. Make sure you have full black and white mana gauges, have all of your sick as a samurai. Have your lunar solar as a monk, and pop your knockback immunity now. Dodge wax, don't stand on orange, and it's dead. Okay, y'all aren't my problem anymore. Have fun, Ilya.
What the fuck, Opal? Okay. Anyways, thank you for calling, Opal. As we move down, I need to make sure there's no dead on the ground. There doesn't seem to be any dead on the ground. So we get to move on to Queen. Please enjoy our nice little, KG complaining about us not leaving the dead on the ground. That's understandable. But you guys can enjoy this cutscene, however, this is the same cutscene as it was in normal mode. Thanks, as a reminder. So you will have to slot and shell and apply shells to your entire parties. If you would like to call Queen, call and explain Queen, type /random.
Okay.
Okay, Himbo. Is that everyone?
We will be taking a 1-minute government-mandated break while I shove an entire bowl of gumbo in my face real quick.
Hydration check, everyone. Make sure your please hydrate. If you do not have a re-raiser and you would like to have one, We have some vets that are able to pass out some re-raisers. Come back to A if you would like to have a re-raiser. Please note these are in limited supply. So it will be first come, first serve.
Thanks. Once again, this is when you would start slotting in Lost Shell 2 and apply it to anyone who is behind the purple line. Get back on the bridge if you need shell, get in front of the purple line if you do not need it. While that is going on, I'll explain the couple major mechanics to go over with Queen. Queen is pretty much a collar check and a victory lap. If you take a look in... oops, that is the wrong channel. Yeah, I can delete those. Watch, I probably broke the bot by doing that. If you take a look in DRS Learning, there are a couple quick diagrams that go over a couple major mechanics. 85% of this fight is a rehash of Queen's Guard mechanics, so I hope you were paying attention during the Queen's Guard explanations. This fight is pretty much just Queen's Guard 2 Electric Boogaloo. The only major mechanics to keep to look out for are Murder Chess, Super Chess, and the Lightning Orbs with Dispel. Near the start of the fight, the Queen will call in the Guard to cleave in a plus across the arena, as well as pushing us to a certain spot with Northswain's Glow. If you look at the first image, that is a diagram of how that mechanic will resolve. We will be playing Battle Chess. The way these markers work is that I'll be calling safe spots either using the indicated number or letter for the column, or I'll be indicating the intersecting tile. So where I am currently standing over here is the A4 tile. For Murder Chess, the knights will show up on the outside edge of the arena. They will be running into the arena for the first set, and the second set will be cleaving outside the arena. So Murder Chess will happen. I will say something like the knights are appearing. I will say something like 1 unsafe, 4 unsafe. That means that any tile along the 1 or the 4 column is getting cleaved. The second set will appear. I'll say something like A unsafe, B unsafe. Means that anything on the 1, 4, A or B is getting cleaved. Then I will be telling us where to go. So if we are getting cleaved to the east, I will say something like, get on the C1 tile, back half of C1. The other major mechanic is Super Chess. If you look at the second to last image in DRS Learning with the 2, 3, or 4 debuffs in Roman numerals, you'll be getting a debuff that will combine to 5, 6, or 7. Part of the arena will be glowing blue, either on B or towards the south on the B4 tile. And that will be your new north, where the safe spot is. So say something like the safe spot is at B, I will call out where you will need to stand to start for each marker. So I will say something like 5s to 3, 6s to 4, 7s to A4. And then you will walk up the column as I'll tell you. So the debuff will come out, the safe spot will come out, and then I will say something like 5s to 2A, 6s to 4, 7s to A4, walking up the number column. You will walk 1 debuff at a time after the knights cleave into the arena. If you go ahead, you'll get Queen's Pink Gash above your head, and then you will die a few seconds later. So if I had, say, a 7 total, my first debuff was 3, I would walk 1 tile to go to 2, another to go to 1, and then up here to finish. Oh shit, get out of the arena. I am sorry, I went too close.
Yo, he's. Oh, never mind.
Last chance to build gauge. This will not go off. Sorry about that. It was just a hair too close. Anyways, that's the basic explanation for Super Chest. You'll walk 1 deep at a time until you end up at the safe gold tile. Even if you mess up, you want to end up in the gold tile to give your Re-Raiser a chance to proc. The last major mechanic I will talk about will be the lightning orbs. 5 orbs will show up in the arena after Queen fills up her sovereignty gauge, and you will hear a ding. 5 lightning orbs will appear, and they will start doing massive pulses around them. This is where your light curtains come in. You can put your light curtains on your bar, but be mindful that they take a GCD. You cannot queue them. So make sure to stop what you're doing, press your light curtain when I tell you to, and then you are safe from any lightning orbs. You'll reflect the lightning orb damage, and then they will create a bubble for you to survive the following raid wide. At the same time, healers will need to dispel the Queen. She will get 4 debuffs that make her do a lot more damage. So once you hear the ding and the lightning orbs come out, start spamming dispel once you are safe. If you do not have a light curtain for any reason, do not stand under a lightning orb until the bubble shows up. That is the #1 killer of people in this fight. Other than that, it's mostly a caller check where we'll call the mechanics. It's a combination of knockback from the knight, as well as show hole with wind and lightning tethers as well. Hopefully we won't see too much more than that. Let's see, who is the main tank? William, are you fine doing all the buster solo? Alright. Sorry, I took a bit to explain. Just wanted to make sure that everyone understood those 3 major mechanics. If you are ready, stack up on the B4 tile. Tanks, you will also need to use Aether Shield in this fight for every major raid wide. I will call them out. We got a Sign of Life from Hazel, from there, I did it. Happy. Okay. Alright, looks like everyone is good. William, go ahead and start a 30-second countdown. Once again, you are using your lost actions here. We want to kill this queen as fast as possible. Let's commit regicide and get out of here. So some of you can go to the clearly inferior content that is BA. Use your actions, use your pots, use your burst. Raid wide, mitigate, Aether Shields. Feints, Owls, Reprisals. Next up is Mirror Chests. I will call the safe spots. I will call where they are being cleaved, and then I will call a safe spot. Letters are unsafe, 2 is unsafe. B is unsafe, A is unsafe. We are praying for West. We are going north. Get to either the 1 or all the... Yeah, just get to 1. Get to A. A is safe. Do not be in the middle. B and numbers are getting cleaved. Next up is the first tank buster. Raid wide, Aether Shield and Mitt. Your Forecaster Seal for parties. And then we are going into our first super chest. Remember, you are adding up both of your debuffs to either 5, 6, or 7, and then standing where I tell you. Back is unsafe. 5s to 3, 6s to A3, 7s to B3. 5s to 3, 6s to A3, 7s to B3. Then we are walking up the number column. Wait for the first set of AoEs to go off before you move. If you get Queen Spin Cash above your head, you've gone too far, go back. Walk on home, and even if you messed up, make sure you are in the gold tile. Raid wide mitigate. Aether shields. Next up will be the lightning mechanic with healer dispels. Get your light curtains ready, pop them when you hear the ding, and then engage eyeball technology. Ding, pop your light curtains, look for an orb, healers start dispelling. There is one inside the Queen's hit box. Get into a bubble. Next up will be Relentless Play 1. Reorient your camera to the north. The gunner is always at the 1A tile. If you are tethered, you're going to wind. No tethers to lightning. This is followed up with a show hole mechanic. And Northwind's Glow is pushing us to the east. Tethers to wind, no tethers to lightning. Point your open hole to the gunner at 1A. And then after that, to a turret. Point it to a turret now. Second tank buster. If your healers are dead, please mark them for a rising. Hold any burst you have. She is going untargetable soon. We are going bowling. It will be a knockback as well as a queen cleave. With some clones. Do not be in line of this dash. You want to stand near it. I will tell you where to go. Easy pattern. Get knocked back towards C. Knock back towards C. Or where Williams jumping. Either works. Get up towards the queen. Tiny triangle on 3 is safe. Tiny triangle on 3. Dump everything you have. Try to kill it before the next major mechanic. Aether Shield and Mitt. Your Forecaster Seal up with your party. It's going to be very close. Nicely done.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you for coming today. We literally could not do this content without you guys. Quite literally. Now that you guys have completed Delvon Rechne Savage, you guys will get to participate in any re-clears. You guys are eligible for any and all re-clears. This includes full meme re-clears that could potentially include funny mechanics, doing funny things. The primary re-clears that happen here on Foe is Lynn's re-clears. Please go to them. Please sign up for them. I think there might be space for signups. I don't know. Just sign up. This content's fun. And we really could not do this content without you guys. It's really fun. If you guys want to keep on doing this to get augmented Bosnian gear, augmented Lost Order gear, I mean, you can keep on doing it. Aside of that, you guys are free to go. Don't forget to claim your doggo from Jonathan Singh Gridania.